what do you know? I stopped checking Twitter for a few days and what happened? Alex, the developer of this game, released new patch notes for the upcoming patch. They are not finished yet, but holy moly, there's some crazy stuff inside. Yeah, and I didn't find it. But yeah, one of you guys, thank you very much. I can't believe I missed it. It's all on you. Of course, before we start, there are a few things to mention. First of all, this is first time for me, so I will give my opinion about some stuff, but they won't be probably 100% correct. And that's why I want to do it with you guys. So don't forget to leave your opinions about this patch down below. Most importantly, what do you think will change the game most? What are you looking forward most? Because damn, there's like a bunch of stuff. Like for me, it's the most crazy patch notes I have ever seen. And yeah, I don't think I'm exaggerating. Yeah, that's the English word, I guess. Let's dive right in. Okay, so. Alright, so we are inside. First of all, look at it. Here we start with, so to say, changes that will come. It's still in progress, so things are due to change. And maybe even some of your comments will change some of these things, so let's hope, I guess. Look at how long it is. And firstly, when I read through this thing, yeah, it's still going down, I thought like, oh, it's just like insignificant stuff. Oh, was I wrong? Nearly every of these lines are important, extremely important stuff that will change the game quite a lot. Like, holy crap. Uran, shut up and already start talking, okay? It's down in the description, so check it out. I will go only through the things most important for me. Let's get into it. Of course, first important thing that this patch should bring story-related missions to the game. Already in August, Alex posted, of course, some personal contacts article about these missions, not only story stuff, things that will quite change the game and make it more interactive. And as always, even though I don't understand, there's a bunch of things he adds to the modding, so we can expect some amazing stuff coming these years, like game changing. I guess we are getting a new ability called Moving Slowly. It will halve the speed of your fleet. And I guess if you go dark, it forces this new ability, so it will work hand in hand. If it will get confusing, we have a tutorial section for this new ability. This seems quite small, but it's quite huge. We will be only capable of scavenging through debris fields only one time. We will also get a skill system revamp. This seems insane because the current system is not bad. However, at least for me, I feel sometimes that I'm missing out on some skills, which I sadly don't have skill points left for. But this probably will change that stuff. It will be created from tiers and we will choose one of two skills. But what is more interesting is actually the story points. But the crazy stuff happens when we get to the story points. Piloted ships to the elite level? Great. And also you can apparently build Pernoman Homos into the ships, which will at the end cost 0 ordnance points, so you will probably be able to pimp your ship to the maximum, improving the industries and all the other amazing stuff. We'll get officers, personal contacts. Here is where the stuff gets insane. You will be capable of recovering ships that before you couldn't recover. And not only after the battle, when they get destroyed, but also, what about recovering redacted ships? You won't be able to pilot them, but you will be able to install AI cores in them. But as you know, the redacted ships are incredibly overpowered, so I'm pretty curious how it will work out. If it will mean that your AI will control a redacted ship. I think it's kind of a broken thing, but we will have to see. We also have changes in Bribing the Hegemony when they want to inspect and burn your bloody colony down. Cost dramatically reduced, and also now it will cost the so-called story points. And I guess the time for console commands and adding stable locations is over. And now you are capable of adding a stable location in your system, which will require heavy machinery and an alpha core. However, the alpha core, especially if the text is right, will not get consumed. Insane change. Now you can have more than 30 ships in your fleet. The limit is still 30, however, you can exceed this limit, but at a heavy cost, and I guess you will burn out of supplies insanely fast. It's probably maybe usable when a huge invading fleet comes to your way, so you'll bunch up on many ships and crush them and immediately put them away. And of course, also improvement in AI behavior, which is always appreciated and amazing. Some notable changes, yeah, they won't be using burn drive every 1 second as always. Basically, they will be easier to catch and they won't be as good at it as before. Now, in the current version of this game, when you join a battle and leave and not join the pursuit, you won't get any salvage. Now it's fixed. This is insane. Adding new, very rare and powerful enemy with 30 new special weapons specific to the enemy. Sounds crazy to me and I have absolutely no idea what that means. More weapons time available in colonies, of course small quantities. It should help greatly, especially in my opinion, if you have mod installed and you are finding the specific thing. We will have increase in the build cost of said ship, especially because you have to install weapons on it firstly. I guess it's more realistic, but important stuff it won't extend. Monthly production capacity. Selling Nanoforge doesn't boost your money that much. Well, it was quite a lot if you found few. You are into the late game very fast. This is insane. 500 more XP when fighting tougher battles. This will be great. Colonies, exploration, and related of course. It seems that cap has been removed and you can build how much industries you want. There's a thing about it. Your stability will dip down by 5, which is quite a lot. Freeport, just going by the numbers, it was heavily nerfed. Minimum growth bonus to 3 and the maximum from 25 to 10. Might be just a numbers game, but this seems on paper like a ridiculous nerf to the Freeport. Very interesting are solar arrays. Well, it reads that we can build these solar arrays and increase and improve the conditions on farming and some other stuff. So basically like make the world more habitable, which seems pretty interesting. Nanoforges got nerfed, they add pollution, which we don't have right now idea how much will it affect our planet, but yeah, it doesn't seem nice. This is huge, added 10 new items, boosting various industries. This is insane and I cannot wait for them. What can we ask for more? More variety. This just means that more industries will be so-called meta. Meta? What the hell? So maybe in some weird distant world, we won't have to build heavy industry as a first industry. So we have storm fleets? Maybe. I have no idea. Apparently the solar arrays can be destroyed. Mega project? Apparently we will be capable of salvaging stuff without having heavy machinery, but 25% is nothing to be bragged about. Apparently there will be a whole revamp of the raid mechanics. As I'm reading it, basically will give more option to the raiding and much more XP rewarded for this stuff. Also, the system fleets will respond to bombardment. There will be no penalties for no spaceport when they're under construction or disturbed. That's a good buff. Marines will be harder to get, and also some interactions with the new skill system. Phase ships no longer will overload when they are phased. Instead, they will just phase out. We will have some new objective when fighting the Redacted. Deployment point distribution between opposing fleets now based primarily on number or levels of officers. So, does it mean if I have 10 officers, level 20, I have always advantage against the enemy? Also, huge thing is, it apparently does not update whenever you destroy the enemies, and it doesn't matter what ship they're in. Also, the points on the map will give you more things to do, especially more deployment, so that's great. Also, the max battle size reduced to 400 was 500. I guess for this I will have to go to the files and change that. Yeah, as you can see, it can be still changed via the settings file, but that's mainly because the objectives now give you deployment, so they are the nerfing factor. Now ships and systems, so we will have 1, 2, 3, 4 new ships, for now I guess. New ships are always welcomed and cannot wait to play with them. Hammerhead nerfs. Rear turret is no longer capable of facing directly to the front. Also fixed the alignment issues for the left medium harpoon, and apparently it's very important. To be honest, I haven't noticed, but yeah. This isn't huge, but Hammerhead, although it was The choice for me, we will have to see in the game how much this will affect the Hammerhead, but still it's quite something, yeah. As you all know, at least I hope you know, the side turrets on Onslaught cannot aim forwards, but there's a bit chance if you angle it right, you can fire at least 2 large weapons. Now it's more side-facing. This is quite bad, but they added built-in heavy ballistic integration, so I assume there will be discount on the ballistic weapons. We will have to see. This is quite bad, but this might seem as a buff overall. We'll see. Some nice buffs to the Enforcer. Overall, some good buffs. And also we have changes to the Astral, so the big boy, yeah, my capital ships. Increase ordnance points, that's very good because there is a trouble equipping the ship. However, the cost, deployment and maintenance would increase to 50 from 45. Fair enough. Astral is one of the best, if not the best ship in the game because it's carrier. This nerf in ordnance points was, I think it's fair. Rover got nerfed. Yeah, pretty much one of the most overpowered ships in the game. Well, it's carrier that costs 12, so what do you know? Now it costs 15. Colossus got nerfed a bit, just a bit, so it will eat through your fuel a bit more. However, late game, Atlas and Prometheus, the fuel use was quite improved. 6 to 6 from 10, which is quite a great amount. And also the Prometheus increased fuel capacity to 3000 good buffs. OP was reduced. However, I want to show you something. For example, the light dual autocannon, it said it was 6 ordnance points, dropped down to 5. Light dual cannon, it costs already 5, not 6. So I don't know if it's a mistake or I'm not getting something. It's totally possible. Swarm missiles cost 4 ordnance points and do 75 damage per shot. This is a very good buff. They maybe will see some more use. Light Needler. Reduced ordnance points cost to 7 from 9. This is huge because the Light Needler is already very good if you want to have extra damage. As well, Railgun was nerfed to 8 ordnance points, which makes right now Light Needler cost 1 ordnance points less. This is not super huge for me because throughout the time I was playing, I tend to use very cheap small weapons. 7 is still ridiculously huge for me, but we will see. It definitely makes the Light Needler more viable and very nice. Right now the damage on Pulse Laser is 1-to-1 with the Flux. This means that we will have more flux efficient Pulse Laser. Paladin PD system got buffed, especially, like, look at it. It just got, like, basically got 50% less flux usage. The numbers aren't adding up, aren't they? It costs 1000 flux, not 1500. Okay, so if it was 1000, it's still a good buff, but I'm not sure about 1500. You can call me out in the comments below because I'm missing something, I guess. Speed laser, flux efficient. These are very good buffs because the energy weapons definitely needed it. Another 40% reduce for heavy burst laser. Amazing. Assault chain gun got nerfed. The damage should be nerfed from 90 to 75. There wasn't anything written about changing the flux to suit the new damage. And I mean, I really hope it will change the flux per second as well, but I'm surprised that this gun is getting nerfed because I still think the range in this game does everything that you want, and this is a short range. And I do not think this thing is viable even right now as it is. And definitely the nerf won't help it. Iron Pulsar, range increased, damage increased, EMP damage increased. Very good buffs. Apparently Gladius got buffed. It will cost less ordnance points. To be honest, I never used this fighter, so sadly I have no idea what it implies and if it's enough. Cyphers does have reduced roaming range, so it will just defend your ship. Okay, so the Spark Intercessor drone was nerfed, if I am reading right, especially because it has the same initial damage, but the sustained damage is halved, so that's quite a big hit. Warthog got some nice buff. It has pretty much 50% increased wing size. It replenishes faster. Yeah, but the range of engagement was quite heavily reduced, so you will have to use it short range. Mining laser got heavily buffed. I never used this weapon because from the very first time I started playing this game, people said it's ridiculously weak and I didn't even put it on my ship, so yeah, this will maybe make me try it. Yeah, I do think so. We have new missiles that deal anti-armor damage, and Anti-Metal Blaster, our favorite boy, will now pass through missiles if it has enough damage to destroy them. We did hull mods a week or so ago, so this shouldn't be a problem. Alright, so it doesn't make the deployment cheaper, but I don't think it matters, because yeah, I wasn't deploying my tankers anyway. And it should work with the new skill system, which I have no idea what's that about. New escort package and assault package, no idea. Phase field. It will reduce the fleet sensor profile, which is very nice. High resolution sensors, not only it won't affect the individual ships, but the whole fleet, depending on the largest ship. Well, I don't know any values, so I have no idea if it's good or bad. Huge nerf to the expanded deck crew, however. Fighters replacement decrease reduction reduced to 10% from 25%, and rate recovery decreased to 20 was 50. That's absolutely insane nerf, but yeah, it was kinda needed because carriers are ridiculously strong in this game. We will see if the nerf to the expanded crew decks will be enough, but definitely it won't be that OP. It lost more than 50% of its effectiveness, which is quite a number. Armor weapons mounts available at the start of the game, great. Better surveying equipment on the larger ships. Heavy armor got buffed, and I think it's a very good mod on specific ships. Now in the current version it has 20% penalty to the maneuverability, so this is a good buff, and they will increase the armor also, pretty nice. Buff to the Omni Shield, it will have significantly reduced ordnance points cost. If you don't know, the Omni Shield allows your shield to turn around, so you can actually control it. We will have to see how cheap it will get, if it's even worth to get it on the ship. Alright, so we have another new mod, Converted Fighter Base. It will basically remove your built-in fighter base for added cargo capacity. No idea, the concept seems cool, but we will have to see if it's worth it to get a carrier and convert the hull, or just plain and simple get a regular cargo ship. We'll have to see. Shield Shunt, it removes the shield and adds 50% resistance to the EMP damage. Yeah, I don't see it right now being worth it to remove your whole shield to just get 50% reduced into the EMP damage. It doesn't seem it saves you from the Reaper to the face. Alright, we have a bunch of improvements to the ship AI. I won't be going over that. We will be supported for 4K resolutions, and it's still experimental. And this very interesting stuff. I know I'm not a modder, so I probably won't know what's it about, but apparently when running the game with mods, periodic checks for VRAM and RAM availability. Does it mean that the game will run more smoothly? I have no idea. And bunch of mod stuff that, yeah, we're not getting into because most of us have no idea how this thing works, and bunch of bugs fixes as well. I'm extremely excited for this patch, especially for the new missions, because that's like the biggest thing we need right now, and that's the improvements to the late game. There's still some stuff that wasn't addressed, and I think I will make a video about what I feel could StarSector use in the future. And of course, I applaud you. If any of you went through this video, you are insane, because yeah, this is my first time running down the patch notes. So if you have any recommendations for me how to do it more interesting and fun, leave it please down below, and I'm very curious to hear your opinion, and I will try to use your advice to the best of my ability. I hope you enjoyed, guys, and I will see you next time. Ciao, ciao.